The Yankees are back in the Bronx tonight. DJ LeMahieu is back out there at second base tonight with Anthony Rizzo putting on the 48 pinstriped jersey for the first time. He is at first base batting second. The big guy, Aaron Judge, is your DH tonight. The ability to put Giancarlo Stanton in the outfield has allowed him to get a half day off tonight. Joey Gallo will be your left fielder today, with Giancarlo Stanton sliding back over to right field in Yankee Stadium. Rougned Odor is your third baseman tonight, has not gotten much work over there. Gary Sanchez is once again behind the dish. Gleyber Torres moves down to 8th in the order. He is at shortstop. And number 11, Brett Gardner out there in center field. And on the mound, making his Yankees debut, Andrew Heaney. He is 6'2", 200 pounds. He's 30 years old. He was originally drafted by Tampa Bay. He is 6-7 with a 5.27 ERA in 18 starts this year, 113 strikeouts in 94 innings, 1.309 WHIP. Quick word from our sponsor, and then I'll be back with the recap. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped, makers of the Lawnmower 4.0 and the Performance Package. A lot of people ask me, how can they support the podcast? And one way that you can do it is by supporting my sponsor, Manscaped. The Lawnmower 4.0. This thing is an amazing little tool. It's got the skin-safe blade. It prevents nicks, tugs, all that uncomfortable stuff. It's got this LED spotlight in case you decide to trim your beanbag during the middle of a blackout. It's waterproof, so you can take it in the shower. And look at this box. This is an amazing box. Nothing shitty has ever come in a box this nice. Wireless, it's rechargeable, it's quiet, and you can save 20% and get free shipping by visiting manscaped.com and using the code NYY Recaps at checkout. That's 20% off and free shipping using the code NYY Recaps. Your balls will thank you.
Begin auto-destruct sequence. Authorization Picard 47 Alpha Tango.
That was not ideal. Thank you from Captain Picard. Even the Star Trek Starship Enterprise had a self-destruct button. By the way, shout out to Bob Odenkirk. Get well soon. Congratulations to Jameson Taillon, American League Pitcher of the Month for July. That was the high point of today. Other end of the spectrum, Thurman Munson was killed 42 years ago today. I wasn't around back then. I was not alive. But everything that I've heard is that he was incredible. Hashtag 15 in the chat. Yanks made another bad pitcher look like Cy Young. They made this guy, Jorge Lopez, who is not a good pitcher. He came in with a 6+ ERA. They made him look like prime Jake Arrieta. That's what he looked like tonight. ERA over 6. And the Yankees go hitless for 5 innings, and he allowed 1 run on 1 hit over 6 innings. Are you kidding me? At what point is Marcus Thames going to be accountable? Even when they put men on base, it becomes a double play. Whatever approach they take with men on base, and you know they have some kind of an organizational approach. Whatever approach it is, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's just flat out wrong. And Marcus Thames needs to be on the receiving end of some criticism. We need to pressure the Yankees to get Marcus Thames in front of a microphone and explain to us exactly how a team that 2 years ago hit 300+ home runs, that a couple of years ago was a juggernaut offensively, is this bad. How does Giancarlo Stanton look as bad as he looks? Fire Marcus Thames if you want to get better, period. That's step number 1. So you draw some walks, big whoop. It doesn't matter if you can't get guys around the horn. It's a run-scoring competition, not a base runner competition. This is not an on-base percentage contest. The art of the RBI is a lost art in the Bronx anyway. Andrew Heaney was throwing batting practice tonight, another savvy pickup by Brian Cashman. He gave up 4 home runs in his 4 innings. Honestly, it would have been cheaper for the Yankees to just hold a souvenir baseball night than to trade for Andrew Heaney. Cat gets on the field in the bottom of the 8th. That was the lone bright spot of the night, entertainment-wise. I felt bad because the cat was clearly scared. Anyone who's ever tried to pick up a scared cat or give a cat a bath knows how dangerous those little motherfuckers can be. And I'm surprised that thing didn't kill at least 3 grounds crew members. That thing was not to be trifled with. Like Wu-Tang, nothing to be effing with. Yankees tweeted, meowest valuable player. I get it. So cute. You know what's not cute? Having a $210 million payroll and getting shut down by the friggin' Baltimore Orioles and some chump with a 6+ ERA. Rougned Odor looked horrible at third base again. He looked horrible at third base the other night. Does he practice over there? I mean, the guy cannot play third base. I get they're trying to get him, moved around a little bit because his bat has been more valuable as of late. But the guy cannot play third base. He can't pick it up cleanly. He doesn't have the arm to get it across the infield. What are you doing? It's August and you still got guys playing out of position? Really? No belt, except for maybe my neck after watching this game. Orioles win this one. Yankees lose an easily winnable game. Super chat from Ruben Cruz, by the way. These Yankees really just know how to kill any momentum. 100%. They make Cy Youngs out of Cy Yucks. Why do you keep watching? I don't know, man. I don't know why I do this to myself, honestly. This was a tough one. This was a tough one for me because I really felt like the Yankees were going to demolish this guy. I figure, all the energy coming off of a sweep. You got lefties. You got, 4 lefties in the lineup tonight? Let's see. It was Gallo, Rizzo, Gardner, and Odor all in the lineup tonight. And you still get shut down. Absolutely atrocious. Ruben Cruz with another dono. Appreciate that. High batting average players in the early to mid 2000s. And this team is filled with 250, 220, 199 hitters. They don't get it. You heard last year Luke Voigt said during spring training, does anybody even care about batting average anymore? And I get the argument against batting average. I understand it. It values all hits the same. But you know what it also values? Hits! Hits! Hits are important. They're more important than walking, in my opinion, because they can rattle the pitcher and they can force the defense to do things. There's not going to be a bad throw on a walk, other than from the pitcher, obviously. But if you walk somebody, the guy's not going to throw to the wrong base. There's not going to be an error. You got to make the defense put the pressure on him. Horrendous. Let's see here. We got a super chat from Cool Rodri. Says, bench DJ and Stanton, the double play machines. So DJ has looked bad lately. Rolling over balls again like he was earlier in the year. And Giancarlo Stanton has the ugliest swing in the history of baseball right now. The ugliest swing. He looks like me. I posted this on Twitter. When I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and I step on like a dog toy, like one of those jagged dog bones that's half chewed, and I stumble and fall into the dresser. I did that a few months ago and I fractured a rib here on the corner of the dresser. I had more gracefulness doing that than Giancarlo does swinging. And he's a professional baseball player who's not in there for his defense. This guy has an atrocious, absolutely horrendous swing right now. He's not using his feet. He's using all arms. His timing is out of whack. He's swinging at breaking balls like they're fastballs. He's missing by a foot. I don't think I've ever seen a worse swing for a Major League Baseball player, let alone an MVP. Get the hell out of here with this guy. Some of this has to go on Marcus Timms and the rest of the organization. This guy was an MVP. He's only regressed. He had that 1 month, maybe not even a month, 3 weeks, where he was absolutely lights out unconscious earlier this year. And since then, he's been lost at sea. What the hell is going on in this hitting room? What are you doing? Puerto Rican veteran with the super dono says, I really don't know how Timms hasn't lost his job at the very least. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Cameron Lewandowski says, can we talk about Andrew Haney real quick? So Andrew Haney looked phenomenal in the first inning. Phenomenal. And then it just all fell apart. He's a fly ball pitcher, and maybe it wasn't the best idea to bring a fly ball pitcher into Yankee Stadium. It was batting practice. It was batting practice tonight. Yo Elvis says, they just love taking pitches down the middle. I don't get it. I miss the 09 team. Everyone batting over 280. That was a great team. I mean, Jeter hit like maybe 330 that year. You had A-Rod come back and hit 30 home runs in 5 months, basically, because he missed the first, I want to say 5 weeks of the season. Yeah, I think he came back around May 9th. Up until that point, Mark Teixeira hadn't been hitting, but he really turned it on after that, too. Nick Swisher had a good year, 29 homers. Melky Cabrera had a good year. Even their backup catcher, Francisco Cervelli, was good. Jorge Posada was good. That was just a great baseball team. Dono hype for Yo Elvis. And I've got to update some of these super donos. A lot of you guys keep donating on the regular. And I've got a couple of people, Yo Elvis and Puerto Rican veteran, both on my list. I meant to do it today. I just had quite a busy day. I've been working on some new stuff for the fall. Earl of Demise says, missed my first super chat, but how does Tim's still have his job and not addressing the media? 100%. Sorry I missed your other one. You get the combo. Feared by man and fiend alike. It's the Earl of Demise. No Name says, fire Tim's immediately. How do you stick with Tim's? This is a team that's only scored like, what? Maybe more than a handful of runs a couple of times this year? This is an absolutely atrocious offense. I don't think I've ever seen a Yankees offense this bad. Not since I've been watching in the early 90s. Keisha Peralta says, why is Gallo up with not a single guy on base? Again, it goes back to this organizational strategy. I don't know how DJ LeMahieu gets so bad from one year to the next. This guy was phenomenal last year and the year before that. And this year he just can't hit. I don't get it. Lori C says, that was friggin' disgraceful.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yanks fan wants to DFA Haney and Rodriguez. We got to see Joely Rodriguez tonight. Or Joely Rodriguez, excuse me. He reminds me a little bit of Felix Heredia. Do you guys remember Felix Heredia? That's the name for some of those older Yankees fans from, maybe 10, 15 years ago. But he was pretty solid. I remember him being solid. I don't have his stats in front of me, but he had that kind of funky three-quarters arm angle. Speaking of which, and let me take one super chat from Sal, and then I'll talk about another pitcher that the Yankees have screwed up. Sal says, it's bad when my girlfriend, who knows nothing about baseball, says Stanton looks dumb at the plate. What's wrong with this team? Dono. Appreciate that. So, Davey Garcia got absolutely annihilated in the minors yesterday. And Keith Law said today that the Yankees have totally screwed up his motion. His best weapon was a curveball. He actually came up with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, which dropped off immediately last year, and a good curveball. And now the Yankees have turned him into a sinker-slider guy. His curveball apparently has lost all bite, and he's got no velocity anymore, and he's getting absolutely raked over the coals in AAA. The Yankees organization top to bottom, I've been saying this all year, needs an audit. We need to find out what the hell is going on philosophy-wise within this team. Yo Elvis with another super. Cole, COVID, we're blank. Did we just find out that Garrett Cole has COVID? Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's awful.
Well, that's breaking news. Apparently, Garrett Cole out. He's going to miss a couple of starts. I mean, I think you can mail it in at this point. You still have a shot at the wild card, right? But even if you get the wild card, does anybody think this team is getting better between now and the end of the season? You might get occasional home runs from Rizzo and Gallo or Judge. Maybe Stanton gets hot for a bit. But this team's organizational, especially their offensive philosophy, is offensive. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. So the Yankees lose this one 7-1. I really don't know what to say anymore. I mean, it's tough to get on here and rant all season long and not say the same thing over and over again. right? I mean, it sounds like a broken record. You younger guys don't remember what a record is. Hell, I've never even owned a record. But that's a term. Broken record skips. It plays over and over again. And I feel like I'm repeating myself. Every time the Yankees have a loss, it's the same story. Do not hit. They don't score runs. And I'll tell you who else has had enough. John Sterling. If you listen to the broadcast with John Sterling, he is absolutely fed up to hear. You think he wants to be 80 years old and watching this brand of baseball? I sure don't. Absolutely horrendous. Let's see. Gio to the IL. Is that new? Oh, my goodness gracious. The hits just keep on coming. Sounds like I need to watch the post game. Ronnie with the love says, I could kick a hole in this TV. All these clowns do is swing for the 4 train, get rid of Tim's, jump stand in the parking lot. Let's not advocate violence, first of all. And plus, good luck jumping Giancarlo Stanton. You need a team of about 10 guys. But right now, this Yankees team is starting to make that plummet, starting to circle the drain, as my dad likes to say. Jack Wagner says Groundhog Day. Well, it's Groundhog Day again. Great movie. All-time top 5 movie. So someone else says that someone's posting fake news about Cole. So I guess we'll wait and see. We'll find out by tomorrow. THG says he's always said that Clark Schmidt is the better prospect between him and Davy Garcia. If Schmidt had Davy's moxie, that is an ace pitcher right there. I want to see what Clark Schmidt can do. His mechanics, I didn't like him last year. But if he's put that together, sure. His breaking ball was really good, and he's got a mid-90s fastball. I'm sure the Yankees are going to figure out a way to screw him up. I don't even want to talk about the pitching right now. The pitching was awful tonight. I mean, you can't give up 4 home runs to the Orioles. I'm sorry. You traded for a guy who gives up a ton of home runs. I think this is the 4th time this year he's given up 3 or more home runs in a game. Are you kidding me? I could do that for a lot less. But I want to talk about the offense, because this is yet another night where it's walk, strikeout, double play, routine flyout, strikeout, pop out, walk, double play. It's L, or whatever it is, etc. Ronnie Rodriguez says, honestly, my 4-year-old has a better swing than Giancarlo Stanton. Ouch. Paulie Pasta Fazuli says, how is someone so talented as Torres can't hit anymore and the homers are gone? No adjustments. Thanks, Tim's. Lori C says, it's confirmed. Cole has COVID. So just a minute on Gleyber Torres. Yeah, I mean, that's just another example. Guys seem to keep getting worse. Aaron Judge has even gotten worse. And I'm sorry to Dan Rourke. I'm sure he's going to be pissed at me, fellow content creator. But he's an Aaron Judge super fan. You can't watch Aaron Judge and tell me he's the same player from a few years ago. You can't. He's not. I'm sorry. His numbers are okay, but he's getting worse as the season goes along. The power is pretty much gone. He'll run into an opposite. If he didn't play his games at Yankee Stadium, he'd even have even less home runs, because he's run into a couple of pop-ups that have gone over the right field wall. TJ Obermeyer says, despite everything else, all I see Boone do is chew gum. First of all, dono hype to you, TJ. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's in the guy's head, right? We can't speculate that he doesn't care. It doesn't look like he cares, but we can't speculate that Aaron Boone doesn't have any fire or doesn't have any passion because he chews gum. I don't want to make that connection. What I'm concerned about is his managerial skills. The other night, Jordan Montgomery had a 3-0 count, right? On the 3rd ball of that at bat, it was a wild pitch, and the runner takes second base. And this pitcher had been he had thrown several out of the strike zone in a row. So with a 3-0 count, why does Jordan Montgomery not have the take sign 3 times in a row? He took a strike, and then he swung through a pitch on 3-1. Should have had the take sign. It would have been ball 4, and then he ultimately struck out. It's not thinking with the game. The second that guy got to second, I said at my TV, great. Give him 3 straight take signs. He'll be on. You'll have first and second. Nope. Puerto Rican veteran says, it's like this team packs it up for the night when the starter gives up some runs to remind everyone to keep grinding till out 27. Appreciate it. John Garcia says it's 2018 all over again. Well, at least in 2018, Giancarlo Stanton was hitting. He hit 38 home runs that year. They fell apart in the postseason, but that 2018 team wasn't bad. Zach Hodges says Joe Torre always just sat on the bench. Yeah, Joe Torre was cool as a cucumber. He just sat there silently. I don't think you can read too much into what's going on in the manager's head by their body language. Everybody's body language is different. Some guys, when they focus, they sit there silently. Some guys chew gum. But, honestly, I wish I could hear Aaron Boone's inner monologue when he's just sitting there. It'd be like Homer Simpson. Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy. I don't know what to say anymore. The guy just, he's not a good manager. And it's not, like I said, it's not about him chewing gum and looking bored. It's about him making bad mistakes. There was another game about a week ago. You should have brought the infield in, and you didn't. Against the Red Sox. Super chat from Carlos. Appreciate that, Carlos. THG says, which offense is worse, 2013 or 2021? 2021 for sure, because you have better players. In 2013, you had a bunch of washed up guys, at least. Absolutely incredibly bad night for the Yankees. I'm going to call it a night. Actually, I'm going to go play some Call of Duty and take my aggression out on some terrorists for a while. They're not going to kill themselves. Actually, I guess terrorists do that, but I'm going to call it a night, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. There wasn't one today. Groundhog's Day reference. I want to thank all of my Patreon supporters. I make fresh content on Wednesdays and Sundays. That's for Patreon subscribers only. So follow the link in the description to join. Next season, we're going to be breaking out Patreon exclusive watch parties. So don't miss that. I'll see you next time.